can provide the detail of those credentials here. Okay, and rest of are related with other tools, so we'll talk about them. And if you want to create a release note, we have been not going to do the release for now. So build environment is going to ask you such details which you can configure. And then we have the build step, build a Java project or maybe a Python project. So in that case, you will have to add the compilation command. Let's say this is my Windows machine. So I will be executing Windows batch command. If you're working on Linux, if you have installed Jenkins on Linux, you have to select execute. You have to select execute shell. Right? If you're working on Windows, it will be Windows batch command. If you're working with Docker tool, then these are the things that you can actually configure. For sonar cube scanning, you can use this one. For Java and other projects, we have Gradle and Maven. And for Jira task, you can configure Jira things here. And again, then we have some configuration that can be done for Docker. And then we have for SonarQube and JFrog artifact. But here we are interested in running a Python script, right? So we have a main.py file, which is trying to print in my main function and added by dev2. So what I will do, I am going to run a Python command and I am going to run this file, main.py file. Okay. And then we have post build actions. This is required when you want to send details of your build, or you can say details of your build result. Let's say after compilation, it was successfully compiled and your exes were created. Okay. And you were able to run your project successfully. So you can intimate this information via mail to your managers, your team leads, or whoever is managing your project or holding some important position. Okay. Besides sending mail, we have other options in post build options, like we can just zip this file and upload it into some remote server, or we can archive this file and keep it in Jenkins home folder only, right? So if you look into at post build actions, here are other important things which you can configure. Like if I want to configure email notification, then in that case, you have to provide your recipient's name to whom you want to send email. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to build other projects after this project has been built, then you can select this one and add the project name which you want to build. Okay. And then we have option to archive the artifacts. Artifacts are actually the files which are generated as a byproduct after you have compiled your code. Like your exe, there may be some libraries that may have been created. So those are actually called artifacts. Okay, so if you want to archive them, you can go for this particular option. So let us archive this, and okay, first let us see all other options. Then we have published HTML reports. So like if someone is doing automation testing here, if a job has been created for doing testing, then in that case, HTML report is generated and sent to the required server. If you have integrated Jira, then comments and other things will be automatically pushed there. Here let us configure delete workspace when build is done. So I have configured it. And in this case, we will not have any byproduct created because our project is very small. We don't have any artifacts, so we will not archive any artifact. But still, if you want to add any file for generating artifact and pushing it or publishing it on some server, then you can do it. We will be configuring and taking the use case of everything that we are actually seeing here. For now, to just understand how a Jenkins freestyle job works and to run our important git command, we will be looking into the general configuration which are actually done. So now I will apply and save this. Next thing is I will just run this job by clicking on build now, or even if I leave it, because I have configured to run it periodically, the trigger is periodic. So after every 2 minutes, it will run the job automatically. If I want to run it manually, then in that case, I can just run build now. Okay. And it will start building the project. So let us see what are the things happening in this project. So if we open this one and if we check our console output, which is going to log everything happening in our Jenkins project. So here we can see we have done checkout. Our code has been cloned. We can test in Jenkins workspace folder by going to our freestyle job. This is our freestyle job. Let me go inside this, which is so since the job has been completed and we have configured to delete our workspace, so that is why workspace is deleted. So let me just uncheck it and confirm where we are, whether we are getting the code downloaded or not. So let me just delete it, apply and save. And now if I run this, then I will be able to see my workspace generated and code being downloaded here. Okay, so this is the workspace and our code has been downloaded using git clone, and then I will be able to see the output, which will print these two functions, that is in my main function and added by dev, which I have actually printed in my code, right? And to verify whether our periodic build is happening or not, you can simply go to this, wait for 2 minutes, and we'll see one automatic build is happening, right? And to verify whether our workspace is being deleted before code is built, because we have configured it in our job configuration, we can just test it by looking into our workspace folder. And yes, after 2 minutes, it has automatically started. I didn't click the build now button. And here also, I'll see a new folder has been downloaded just 1 minute ago. Okay. So this is how we configure freestyle job in Jenkins. And these were the general configuration that we actually do. Well, our project is very simple. So we were able to do all the general configuration. So now let us see how we can build other projects, other branches in my project. Let's say in our main branch, in our master branch, we had 3 files, right? And let us say in our feature branch, we have only 2 files, right? So what we'll do, we'll go to configuration and we will go to source code management, and instead of master branch, we will write feature branch. Okay. And we will test it whether our feature branch is built or not. So in that case, we will have now only 2 files available here. So we can wait for 2 minutes so that automatic build happens, automatic trigger happens. So I think it will start in a few seconds. And here we'll be able to see only 2 files. One is main.py and other is ui.py. So let us go to Jenkins, test it, or we can just refresh to check. Yes, so automatic build has started. And now we will see only two files, main.py and ui.py. So we are able to verify that we can build any branch of our GitHub project if we have configured that branch in Jenkins, right? And let us say that I want to change the directory of my workspace. So if you don't want your workspace to be in Jenkins installation folder or Jenkins home directory, what you can do is you can select use custom workspace. Okay, and let me create a new workspace in this location. Let me call it as Jenkins workspace, right? And I want to make this folder as my workspace only for this job. Okay, because you are doing configuration only in this job, so it will happen here only. And I will also add my project name called app. Okay, and I will save and apply. So again, we can wait for 2 minutes, or if you want, you can also do the manual bit. But in your real-time project, it will be always a automatic trigger. So let us refresh it and check. So last time it was built at 8:23. So now it is 8:25. So our build should start. Yes, it has started now. And now we can check that our cloning is happening in our customized workspace location, right? So in app, I can see 2 files downloaded, or you can say your repository has been cloned there, and there only it is building everything. Okay, so this is the case of freestyle job. Let us say I don't want to build anything. I just want to copy some files from one folder to other folder, right? Like the original motive of this job was to copy files to 15 server from a particular location. So we can change it to copy files to different directory from Jenkins workspace. Okay, so now instead of using source code management, what we can do is we can copy some files from one folder to another. For that, you again have to add a build step. So our build step will not be Python and running Python file. Our build step will now change to copying files from one location to other. So let's say I want to copy file from Jenkins workspace. Let me have a file here. Let me create a file here. Okay, and let me just call it a file, and let me create more files here. Okay, let us say I have file 1, file 2, file 3. And now my purpose is to copy these files from this location, that is Jenkins workspace, to, let's say, in other location. Let me call it as target directory. Okay, so now we are going to run our command, and here, since every file is a text file, so I can use a regular expression and call it as star.txt, and then I can move one directory back and give the name of my target directory. And here now we can run the project, or we can wait it to run automatically. So it will start in few seconds. And if anything is wrong, it is going to throw us error. Just wait. It will start now. It is 8:29 and it was done at 8:27, right? So let us check. Yes, so it has started, but we are getting some error. The error is the system cannot find the file specified. Why? Let us go to Jenkins directory, Jenkins workspace. So in Jenkins workspace, we have these files, file 1, file 2, file 3, but it was not able to copy the files. So I think it is not taking the regular expression. So we'll go back to our configuration and we can just name our file. Here, all the files we have is, let's say, file.txt, file1.txt, file2.txt, file3.txt. Now the question is, let's say we have 100 files, then how we are going to copy it? In that case, you can write a shell script, okay, where regular expression will be applied. The Jenkins is not taking regular expression, but if you use advanced option, okay, or if you use shell script or Windows batch script, in that case, it will be able to apply all the regular expression pattern. It will definitely run the pattern matching and copy your files. So let us directly build now and let us verify whether it is able to copy or not. So it is saying cannot find the file workspace app. Okay, so we have actually done this customized workspace. So it is actually looking in this location. It is not looking outside of this. So we can see in an error. Okay, whenever you have error, you just have to read the error and find out what it is saying, right? So here our error is like it is not, the system cannot find the file specified because my files were present in this folder, but I have made my system to look into this folder because I have customized the workspace, right? So now let us build it again. Okay. One configuration we have to do again because we have selected to delete our workspace before running the job. So let us go there and uncheck this box, right? So it will not delete the file now and it will be able to find the file. So I'll have to create the files again. File. File 1. File 2. And here file 3. Okay. So now we're not going to delete the file and directly we can build and test. syntax of the command is incorrect. Which syntax? Let me go back. Go to build tab. Okay, copy in Windows should be in capitals. Again, it is not taken by file.text, file1.text, file2.text, file3.text. Okay. Let me run it on Windows batch command first. Let me define it. Let me Jenkins workspace. Yeah. Now I want to copy all the files here to target directory. One file copied. Okay. So instead of that, I can write file1 dot text, file2 dot text, and file3 dot text. The syntax of the command is incorrect. Okay. So copy command in Windows is again going to copy only one file. So again here you can write a script. That is why people learn scripting in DevOps, right? That is why your shell scripting is an important part of your DevOps codes, right? So here, instead of copying many files, I can just copy single files. If you want to copy many files, you can again write a Windows batch script, or you can write a shell script to copy those files. Right? So now it is copying, and we can check that by going to the target directory. Okay. Target directory, we have not created any folder, we have created this folder. I think it is deleting. Let me go here, configure, build step. I forgot one more slash because it is two directory here, and when I build it, so now it is copying the file. If I change the file name from my Jenkins home directory, that is Jenkins, let me call it as Jenkins file. Okay. In my job also, I will configure and call it as Jenkins file. Right. So now if I run, so in my target directory, I should see Jenkins file copied. Copy files to different directory from Jenkins workspace. What it is saying. Target directory Jenkins file dot text. Jenkins file. Copy the exact name. So now it has copied. We can check that in our target directory. So we have Jenkins file available, right? So if you want to publish it into different server, you can just configure all the server details like location of that server, which means the public ID, public IP address of that server, as well as the folder where you want to copy, right? So in this way, you can set up automation of copying files into multiple servers, or even if you want to do something on a different server using Jenkins, you can configure that part as well, right? So freestyle job means whatever automation you want to do on Jenkins, you can do here. It is not only the build process or the deployment process that you can do, but any kind of automation can be configured using freestyle job. Next item that we are going to see is a maven project. Now, what is a maven project? So any project written in any language, if it is using a tool called maven to build, then it will be known as maven project, right? Generally, you have Java applications that uses maven. Okay, all the projects written in Java, they actually use maven tool to build the project, right? So let us create a Java application, and before that you will have to install maven in your system. To install maven in your system, what you need to do is go to your browser and type maven download for your system. If it is a Windows system, you will download it for Windows. Otherwise, if it is some other system like Linux or macOS, you can select that part. Maven also needs Java to be present in your system. So now we already have Java installed. So maven will also work, right? Here you can go to the binary zip archive file and download maven in your system, right? So now I can see that maven has been downloaded in my system. What I need to do, I need to extract it. Either I can extract it here or I can extract it in my other folder, which are program files, or we can simply extract it here and copy the extracted folder into program files, right? So I have already done that, which is Apache maven, right? Next thing, again, you have to add a environment variable, right? Here in environment variable, you are going to add another directory, another variable called maven home, and you have to provide the path of your maven home variable, which is actually the home folder of your maven directory, right? So go to your program files or wherever you have copied your extracted maven folder, copy the path, complete path, and add it in your environment variable value. The name of the environment variable will be maven home. Okay, you can do this for both user variable as well as system variable. For maven, you also need to add one more variable one more value to the path variable. So go to the path and click edit, and there you have to copy the bin folder of your maven directory. Copy the bin folder and add it in your, you can click on new and add it here, okay, which I have already done. So I'm not going to create a new one. Add the bin folder as well. To verify that whether maven is working in your system or not, you can just write mvn version. Okay, so if it is displaying something, then that means maven is installed in your system. Otherwise, it will give you error that maven is not available as internal or external command, right? So let's say we have a let's say we have a project which I already have. Okay, let me check whether I have a Java application or not. If you don't have any Java application which uses Maven, what you can do is, or what generally developers do, they create a new folder or new project using Maven tool. Okay, and for that you can simply search, initialize a Maven project, and here you can run a command to get a Maven project, right? Otherwise, I can go to my own repository and clone a Maven project. So let me better go there only. Right. So I have a project with Java. We have many projects actually. So let me check a Java project. So this is a Java project which is using Maven for building, right? So I'll copy the URL of this one and here I'll call Java app. Okay, I'm doing a Maven project, so I'll select a Maven project and click on OK. If you don't know how to create a Maven project, just go to this link, search create a Maven project, and you can run this command to create a Maven project. So let us do that only so that things are easier for you. So I'll just run this command and I will be able to create a Maven project which is called my app. Right, so it is generating a Maven project for me that is called my app. If you want to change the name of your project according to your actual project name, just change it in this command line. Okay, so here I can see my app available now, and here we have some files created. When you create such project, some default file name is also created, some default files are created which have some Java code written in it, and one important file is created which is pom.xml. Maven tool will actually read this file only to do the processing or building of your project, right? So for this, what we can do is we can move it into our Git repository. So GitHub repository. So what I'll do, I'll first initialize it, and here I'll go back to my previous account which we were working on, and I will push this code in. So now, since I have done two-factor authentication, that is multi-factor authentication, so I will get a SMS, which is this one. So it will verify and let me enter into my GitHub account now. I will create a new repository which is called my app. Let me make it as public, and then I will click create repository. Here I have initialized it as a Git repository. The next thing I'll do is git add dot, so that everything is added, and then I'll run git commit, and I will call it as initial version. Okay, and then I can simply do git remote add origin. Hope you remember the command, and I will add this URL. If you're practicing, then I think you will be able to understand these things. And then I'll push, git push origin into my master branch. So on my GitHub, I will be able to see that my code is now available here with a new branch created called master branch. So here, let me configure this. This is a demo for Maven project. Okay, and here in source code management, I'll again select Git, provide my repository URL, select my credentials. I will be building master branch only, and build trigger is I am going to do it manually for now. And in my build step, I will write to create package. Okay, Maven package. So it is not going to create a Maven package for us. So let us verify by building it. So project has been started, and here I can see now the code is being downloaded or checked out. And next thing it will do is it will start compiling and creating the project. So here we will get a exe, or since this is a Java project, so here we are going to get a jar file, right? And this will happen in our Jenkins workspace, right? So we can go to Jenkins workspace, original workspace, since we have not done any customization for this job. So it will now actually go into our original Jenkins workspace, which we can find in our Jenkins configure system. Okay, system configuration. And then here we can see this is our workspace for Maven project. Here also you can do custom, you can configure custom workspace. So here we are going inside workspace and we are going to look into Java app, right? So all the files have been created, downloaded, cloned, and our Maven tool has actually compiled it and created a jar file. So this is the jar file that we can actually see here. Okay. If I want to archive my .jar file, if I want to keep it somewhere so that it can be used later, or if I want to push it into some other location, I can configure a new server and move it there. So for now, let us archive it. Okay, and the files to archive will be like target.jar. So our is target.jar, and I want to archive it. And since this is a Windows system, so our slash will be the backslash or the forward slash. And now we can build it. Be able to see that the archive folder has been created in our Jenkins folder. Well, it is successfully built, and we can go to our jobs folder here and Java app folder here, and we can see all the details here. Okay, So our archive folder has been created and our jar file is now saved in this location, right? Next thing that we are going to do is we are now going to follow and run the important git command with this project only. That is my app, which is a Java project, right? So here we have learned to create a freestyle job in Jenkins and to create a Java, to create a maven project in Jenkins. So if you are working only on Java project, so in that case you can simply create a maven project and start working. If you want to do any kind of automation, you can select for freestyle project and configure your automation. In C, now the question that is asked is about pipeline and multi-branch pipeline, right? These two will be the questions that they are going to ask when they will talk about CI/CD pipeline. The first question they will ask that what are the types of job in Jenkins that you can create? You can say you can create a freestyle job, maven project, pipeline job, multi-configuration project. This is very rare. You can create a folder and you can create a multi-branch pipeline. Organization folder they will not ask because this is related to the higher management people, okay, who is actually handling the complete organization. For a DevOps engineer, the important task, or you can say important jobs in Jenkins is freestyle job, maven project, pipeline, multi-branch pipeline, and in some cases folder. Okay, so now our next move will be to work on our remaining git commands with this particular project, which is my app written in Java and built by maven 2. Okay, so install maven in your system and you can clone this repository, or if you have already downloaded and configured Jenkins, then I will share the URL of this repository with you on Zoom chat, which you can use and configure in Jenkins so that other things could happen. Build and other process could happen, right? So if you have any question until now, you can ask and I'll clear your doubt.
Sir?
Yes?
So actually,
You were having some issues with your Git command, right?
So actually, what is the difference of creating freestyle project and maven project?
In freestyle project, you can do any type of automation that you want. Even you can configure a maven project, right? In freestyle means it is open to do any kind of automation. But in maven project, you can configure only Java project or any project that is built by maven project.
And one more thing.
Anything else? See, be frequent in asking questions because these things will be asked in interview. Just do not waste your time sitting and listening. Practice it. If you want to make your career in DevOps, these are the actual things that happen. They are not going to ask you, like people, why they fail in interviews because they are not able to tell the real-time scenarios. I am telling only the real-time scenarios that we do. I have 14.5 years of experience and I am working as a DevOps architect since last 10 years, right? So I see people, I can easily figure out who is having fake experience and who is not having any real hands-on, right? Because I ask questions, I take a lot of interviews, I ask questions that are related to real-time work. If someone is coming by just taking training, then I can easily figure out that he has not worked on. And these are the areas that we actually ask questions on, right? So just practice these parts. These are very important and this will only be asked in your interviews. Okay. There is huge demand of DevOps engineer So if you practice and learn only these things which I am telling, you will definitely crack any interview. Okay.
So using with the Jenkins, we are doing that all in our local system only, right?
Yeah, you can install it in your local system.
So all that changes also is occurring on our system only.
No, in real time, installed in other platforms like cloud platform. We'll do it later, but we are moving from.
Okay, but at present we are trying with a local system only.
Yeah, at present you have to do it on your local system.
I am getting so much of confused with this bit also.
Yeah, just be prepared with your questions, right? Yesterday I told you that if you want to ask or clear any doubt, you can just ask me and you can do it in first 10 to 15 minutes of our session. Still we have.
So one more thing, we are getting previous class very late only, sir. Just 1 hour before of this session only. So we are not getting time to practice the previous class.
Okay, I'll tell Madhu to share the videos immediately as it is processed. Okay.
What is the git bash, sir?
Git bash is a terminal for running git command. Like I am using command prompt to running my git commands. So when you install git, you also get a terminal called git bash, right? So either
which one is the best one? Command prompt or git bash?
If you are working only with git, then you can use git bash, right? But if you are doing general operations, you can use command prompt, or in Windows we also have PowerShell, so you can use that as well. Okay, but git commands will run exactly the same way on all these three terminals. Okay, these are just terminals to run your command. This is dedicated only for git. This is where you can run your Windows automation, and this is where you can run your PowerShell scripts.
So when we are using the git bash, it will not also working with support with Windows also. It will same way.
Yeah, it will work exactly the same way. Right, like I run git here, it is going to show me all the commands and everything that I can do, and I can create a folder here, and I can, let's say I want to create a folder called project. I can go inside that.
Just I tried with git clone and I created that. So,
yeah, I can do git command that I want to run for git. It will work here in all these three terminals.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, then we'll meet again tomorrow. But tomorrow I am going to ask each one of you to perform git commands so that your doubts are clear. Otherwise, you'll be confused like what questions you need to ask, right? So what you have to do tomorrow is I'll ask each one of you to share screen and create a project, move inside that project, run git init and commit, do some commits and create one GitHub account as well as a repository there and push your code from your local to GitHub repository. And also I'll ask you to create some branches and push it to GitHub platform from your local system. Okay, each one of you is going to do that. So it will not be the case that someone is skipping. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow. I am not going to say anything tomorrow. I will just ask one by one. I'll be on mute and I will ask you people to share your screen one by one and perform this task. Okay, so thank you all. We'll meet again tomorrow. Friday we'll do assignment related to Jenkins. Okay, Nitin?
Sir, actually, I have a class tomorrow. the
Okay,
same
so
timing.
okay, so if you guys want break tomorrow, I can give you so that you can practice everything. Then we can meet on Friday to perform everything.
That would be great. So thank you.
Okay, so you guys tomorrow?
Hello.
Yes, anyways.
I have one doubt regarding Jenkins where we will add the repository URL of GitLab.
Yeah.
There I am getting failed to connect to repository.
Because you may have not added the credentials, right? For adding
I have
credentials,
added the credentials of Jenkins.
you have added it in credentials section here.
Yes, I have added. Can I share the screen?
Yeah, you can definitely share a screen. Just give me. Yeah, you can share the screen now.
Can you see the screen, sir?
Yeah, I can see your screen. So the problem here is you're not configured Git in Jenkins. Go to manage Jenkins. Go to tools. Scroll down. Go to Git installation. So program files git/bin/git.exe. You have to write the complete path. Okay, go to this path, go to this location in your system. Go to C program files. Yeah. Okay, go to bin directory. Okay, copy the complete path. Paste it in Jenkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slash, again do slash git.exe. Okay, apply and save. Apply and save. Go to your job and build it. Go to click on dashboard. Yes. Build it. You just have to run now. Yeah, select Git, paste your URL. Okay, now run it.
Is it not done, sir? Git added the repository URL.
Which error?
Now the error is gone. And
Yeah.
is it okay now?
Yeah, it is okay now. Because you have not configured the Git tool, that is why it was having error.
Okay. And we should add the build steps on that.
Yeah. Now you
Okay,
can
thank
enter
you.
this. Okay. Any question from anyone else?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, then we'll close the session and we'll meet again tomorrow.